Travel robot presence. Top 10 things to do in China. Here is the list of to-do things in China. Are you planning a trip to China for the approaching year 2022? Are you being puzzled by having no idea what to do for your China tour in 2022? Well, things are changing every day. But some classic experiences are always there and never change, such as the Great Wall, Terracotta Warriors, etc. Here is the list of 10 things to do in China. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Let's start the video. Number 1. The Great Wall of China in Beijing. In the eyes of most travelers, you haven't been to China if you haven't climbed the Great Wall. One of the iconic symbols of China, the Great Wall is the longest wall in the world, an awe-inspiring feat of ancient defensive architecture. Its winding path over a rugged country and steep mountains takes in some great scenery. It deserves its place among the new 7 wonders of the world and the UNESCO World Heritage Sites in China. The wall spans from China's western frontier to the east coast, totaling around 5,000 kilometers, 3,100 miles. But the most integrated and best preserved sections are close to Beijing. So this is what people usually mean when mentioning the Great Wall of China. There is no better way to explore China's Great Wall than by hiking or walking along with it. Tread the centuries-old bricks and walk through watchtower ruins. Take your time and feel that history come to life. Number 2. The Li River in Guilin and Yangshuo. China's most celebrated scenery. The karst landscape along the Li River has captured the heart of artists. Generations of Chinese painters and poets have been inspired by the beauty of nature there, using their pens and brushes to capture the breathtaking natural scenery. Nowadays, it's a popular photography destination. When Chinese travelers seek a place for natural beauty, they first think of Li River and Yangshuo. The 83-kilometer-long section of the Li River between Guilin and Yangshuo is the most beautiful. The river landscape is decorated with startling hills, steep cliffs, and farming villages, and is lined with bamboo groves. Taking a leisurely cruise or a 3 to 4 hour family-friendly moderate hike, more on Li River hiking, are good ways to enjoy the Li River's beauty. The Li River was listed as one of the world's top 10 watery wonders by America's National Geographic magazine. Several world-famous figures have visited the Li River, including former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and George Bush Sr. and Bill Gates. You could challenge yourself to an SUP, stand-up paddleboard, a mini raft on the Lijiang River, take a bamboo raft, have a cycling tour into the countryside, or take an exciting drive with an all-terrain vehicle. Number 3. Giant pandas in Chengdu, China's national treasure. The giant panda is not only deeply loved by the Chinese, but by many foreigners too, and not just children. Although there are many zoos in China and elsewhere where you can see a giant panda, the best place to see them is Chengdu, the giant panda's hometown. There are 3 places you can see pandas close up: Chengdu Panda Breeding and Research Center, Dujiangyan Panda Valley, and Baifengxia Panda Base. Chengdu Panda Center is in the north of the city and is more established. Baifengxia Panda Base is 2 hours from Chengdu, has more pandas, and you can see pandas more in their natural habitat. You can get even closer to the pandas by taking a volunteer program in Baifengxia or Dujiangyan Panda Valley, an hour outside Chengdu. Number 4. Lijiang Old Town, cobbled pedestrian streets, small waterways. Lijiang Old Town is characterized by ancient cobbled streets, stone bridges, and water wheel-driven canals decorated with flowers. Shops, cafes, bars, restaurants, snack stalls, hotels, and hostels can be found everywhere. The big water wheels are a landmark of Lijiang Old Town. As you enter the Old Town, you will see them. The river flowing through the Old Town keeps them rotating. Bar Street is next to them, which is busy at night. You could also go to Naxi Hieroglyphs and Painting Exhibition Hall to experience Naxi art. The Naxi are the only people who still use hieroglyphs to write in the world. Number 5. Erhai Lake in Dali, one of the most beautiful lakes in China. Erhai Lake is the most beautiful place in Dali. It is a plateau lake. Erhai Lake is in the shape of an ear, hence its name Erhai, ear sea. This plateau lake is like a deep blue gem set in the green land. The water of the lake is calm and blue. The soft and gentle wind by the lake will make you feel relaxed. Every December, flocks of black-headed gulls from Siberia fly in to spend the winter at our high lake. Biking is the best way to travel around the lake. Capturing the beauty of the landscape bathed in sunshine and breezes is a real pleasure. There are 2 cycle routes around Erhai Lake, Haixi on Erhai's west shore and Heidong on Erhai's east shore. Haixi route is more suitable for young or inexperienced riders. Heidong route is quiet and has panoramic views. We can arrange mountain bikes with helmets for you, or you can also use a shared bike, no helmet available, if you have the app on your cell phone. Number 6. The Potala Palace in Tibet, part of the roof of the world. The Potala Palace is a symbol of Tibet. In 1994, it was declared a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. It is a huge treasure house of materials and articles from Tibetan history, religion, culture, and art. The palace is widely known for the precious sculptures, murals, scriptures, Buddhist statues, antiques, and religious jewelry housed within. You could witness the architectural miracle containing the regal heritage of Tibet, listen to stories of Dalai Lamas who lived in the palace, and view the palace from the 4 best angles. Tibet doesn't accept independent travelers. Traveling with a travel agency is required. Contact us to explore the main highlights from Lhasa to Everest Base Camp. Greater than Tibet permits for traveling Tibet. Number 7. Dacheng Yading Nature Reserve. Gemstone-colored lakes, colorful forests, meadows. Dacheng Yading Nature Reserve is called the last pure land on Earth and the last Shangri-La due to its breathtaking natural scenery. I want to go there with my sweetheart to see the clear blue sky, the snow-capped mountains, and the golden meadows, to experience an autumn fairy tale. A Chinese romantic drama movie, I Belong to You, made Dacheng a desirable romantic place to visit. As early as 1928, the Austrian-American explorer Joseph F. Rock visited Dacheng and captured its beauty, printing pictures of it in the National Geographic magazine and making it known to the world. The Tibetan culture experience is another highlight in this route. You can see many ancient monasteries and Tibetan-style houses during the trip. Number 8. The Jade Dragon Snow Mountains in Lijiang. Jade Dragon, Yulong, Snow Mountain is in the closest snow-capped mountain range to the equator outside the Andes. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain is sacred in the hearts of Naxi people. Glaciers, canyons, waterfalls, and colorful azaleas blooming at different elevations, not to mention its snowy summits, make up the most beautiful scenery of the mountain. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain is a popular hiking destination. Skip the cable cars and ascend the lofty mountain step by step to get close to its beauty and feel its awesomeness. You will cross a grassland and go through a forest to get to a meadow at the southern foot of the mountain range. You could find cows in the forest, and if you are lucky, you will see yaks on the meadow. From March to May, the slopes are covered with azalea flowers. Number 9. The MoGo Caves in Dunhuang. In the west, there is the Louvre. In the east, there are the MoGo Caves. The MoGo Caves are famous for their exquisite murals and Buddhist statues. The MoGo Caves were included in UNESCO's World Cultural Heritage List in 1987. Artists from different periods of the Middle Ages left their work there. All kinds of works spanning over 1,000 years complement each other. Standing out in the desert, the MoGo Caves are like a glittering pearl that adorns the Silk Road. In addition to visit these wonderful caves, you could get some hands-on archaeological experience. We can take you to the Dunhuang Research Academy. There you can linger over copies of murals created by masters and can copy a sample mural on a mud slab with your own hands under the guidance of the teacher. Number 10. The Terracotta Army in Xi'an. 2,000-year-old underground army. The Terracotta Army has laid underground for more than 2,000 years. However, in 1974, farmers digging a well uncovered one of the greatest archaeological sites in the world. In 1987, it became World Cultural Heritage. It is significant because the hundreds of detailed life-size models represent the army that triumphed over all other Chinese armies in the Warring States period. 475–221 BC, and who were the decisive factor in forming a united China. It raises interesting questions about why it was made, which await your consideration when you come face to face with soldiers of the past. You could make your own warriors at a cave dwelling where there are only a few craftsmen left who continue to work in a traditional way. That's all for today. So, let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for upcoming amazing and informative